Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Edison Club. Thank you for being here with me today, as we are about to embark on our brand new journey of destruction.
Are you into high-rarity snobbery?
I am not worthy.
Or perhaps you prefer the common man's bargain hunt?
What the Yugi? Is that a Lila?
Normal summon Lumina, in phase mill wolf, wolf, wolf. Watch your opponent devolve into tears. Stack for plague spreader, make Brionic. Brio them into oblivion.
Why me?
Special summon Judgment Dragon, nuke everything. Does this sound appealing to you? Well, then you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Edison Club's ultimate Lightsworn guide.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Edison Club. Most importantly, welcome back to
The ultimate Lightsworn guide, brother.
been playing in the Beast Mode War League the past couple weeks, and my team, Team Ultra Instinct, actually managed to make it into the playoff round. When people asked me how I felt about that, I was kind of just like,
I don't know. I never thought I'd get this far.
but alas, we made it here somehow, and we're here, and we're playing. So, yeah, we're going to go over my past two matches that I've played. We played against Ghost Rider's team. I don't remember what their team name was, if it's Elite Four or if it's something else, but I played against user Ghost Rider in this one, and the other one was Fancy Diesel. So, two really cool guys. Really enjoyed the games that we had, and I definitely hope to play them again in the future. All right, guys, before we jump into today's replay, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really just motivates me to keep going, getting better at the game, as well as content creation. So when I see you guys hit that button and ring that bell, it's always really cool. Let's jump into this first replay. Looks like I win rock, paper, scissors, so I'm going to be starting first. I did go back to Lightsworn, and this is a take on Christia Sworn, relatively new take here, but we see opening hands are Mirror Force, Solar Recharge, Genis, Honest, Raikou, Lila versus Debris Dragon, Trade-In, Tragodia, Darkness Metal, and White Stone of Legend. So, I go ahead and activate Solar Recharge, pitching Genis, draw 2, mill 2. And right here, it's always a hard decision whenever you only have two names and they're both actually good names. I really don't want to throw either one of these away. Lila is going to get me a mill 3 in the end phase, combos pretty well with Honest. Raikou can be used later in the game to get over a monster that I am having trouble with. So I decided to just hang out here. I didn't set Mirror Force yet. I felt like I really didn't need to. I didn't know what he was on. He had played mostly Dragon Turbo throughout this, but I was still kind of trying to play as if I had no clue what he was playing. So I think when I have Lila plus Honest, this is normally enough. And from what I've learned in the past, it's not really that great to summon Lila instead of back row. You just get massively punished by brain control if you do this. I know that's kind of crazy to think about in that regard, but it's happened a lot to me. So we're going to go to end phase here, and we're going to mill 3. We're going to hit a Lila, a Shire, and a Glorious Illusion. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Lightsworn names on turn 1. So Judgment Dragon is already live. Unfortunately, we did mill a Judgment Dragon, but we'll just have to see what ends up happening. So we pass to Ghost Rider, sets a White Stone of Legend, and passes. Now this here, he really needs to get this White Stone in the grave so he can start his hand. I actually don't remember how I navigate through this. So I decide here, his turn was a little weak, so I go ahead and recharge away the Raikou. I don't think I'm going to need it now. Mill Honest and Celestia. And now you can see we're going to go through all 3 solar recharges. Check the fairy count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 fairies in grave. So Christia is already live, which is pretty crazy on turn 2. So we're going to see what ends up happening here. Down comes Christia, 4 fairies in grave, adding back Honest. So now we have double Honest. Sometimes in this matchup here against Dragon Turbo, Honest can be really good in multiple numbers, especially if they do something like they attack you directly and you're able to summon a Gores on a Blue Eyes White Dragon. That damage can add up pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and go to battle phase here, declare attack. It is a White Stone. It's going to get him a Blue Eyes. So now we know officially that he is on Dragon Turbo. We're going to hit directly for some damage. Go to main phase 2, bounce our Honest, mill 3, and pass. Also, we're setting Mirror Force, obviously. He's going to go in a little bit here. draw some cards. Unfortunately, card destructions us, and we lose both copies of Honest, so that kind of stinks a little bit. We get a new hand, and it's pretty decent. We do have Gores in this hand. It's got a Magical Stone Excavation, add back cards of Consonance, dig a little deeper. Cards of Consonance, Way Debris, play an Upstart, summon a Drago, attack Lila. Here, I just see that there's no reason not to just go ahead and Mirror Force this. So we go ahead and Mirror Force, and he scoops it up. So we go into game 2 here. Also, for just some quick background information, I've never played Lightsworn versus Dragon Turbo. Out of the whole time I've been playing Lightsworn, I have never played against this match. So I was very scared going into this because I was concerned that the sideboard wouldn't have enough things to be able to deal with Dragon Turbo. So, yeah, it was kind of like the Wild Wild West out here. We didn't really know what was going to end up happening. So he goes Cards of Consonance, pitch a White Stone, draw 2, get a Blue Eyes, sets 1 and passes. Passes it back over to me. I summon out an Aaron. We're going to attack for 1600. We're going to set Call the Haunted, go to end phase and mill 3. He decides he's going to Reckless Greed, draw some cards. He's going to draw a lot of cards this turn. So down comes Upstart Goblin. Magical Stone Excavation, back Super Rejuve. He's going to pretty much draw through his whole deck this turn. More Super Rejuves, set some cards, and he's going to draw quite a few cards off of Super Rejuvenation. Now, with where we're at now, I think that my thought here was I just need to try to kill this turn, which kind of stinks because I think I just barely miss it. So we're able to retrieve back our Christia, hit for 28, hit for 16, and hit for 1850. So we missed lethal by 150, and I don't think that I missed lethal here because I normal summoned Garoth. So only we had had a Plague Spreader in the graveyard, we actually could have actually killed here. Down comes Card Destruction. A lot of dragons being discarded. He also has Lightning Vortex set, which I was expecting at this point that he would put in multiple copies of those. I actually think he put in 3. I'm not sure if he mainboards any of those or not. I know in his last couple builds he didn't mainboard Vortex, but he might be now. So you can see Dragon Turbo is just doing Dragon Turbo things. I'm just sitting here hanging out, waiting on the inevitable Lightning Vortex to get flipped. Down comes the Vortex. Christie goes back top of deck. Everything else dies. Down comes Debris. Unfortunately, you can tell off of the card destruction, I didn't hit another fairy, or it would have been very, very strong to hit a fairy right there. So I lose game 2, going into game 3. And this hand, for me, is sus. So I want to explain for a second what my thought process is whenever I have hands like this. If I summon Garoth face up, and I pass with only Garoth, whenever you see your Lightsworn opponent do that, it is time to just go ape. It is time to just throw everything but the kitchen sink and just go in and try to kill that turn because you know they drew very poorly. And I'm not going to get to mill anything. I'm not going to get any kind of advantage from having this Garoth. So my options here are to summon Garoth, back it up with Honest. But if I use Honest, I no longer can use Herald of Orange Light. So that's problematic. I also have little to no follow-up. My illusion is only going to bring back a Garoth. So to prevent him from knowing that I bricked, you're going to see I actually just end up setting Garoth face down. Everything in his deck that can get over Garoth, okay, is 1900. It's Card Trooper and Drago. Just so happens he actually has both of those in his hand. They're both one-ofs. Granted, it's only 50 damage from attacking over those. But the point of this is the fact that the 2 monsters that can attack over Garoth attack over him anyway, and the rest of his deck can't attack over Garoth. Debris Dragon, White Stone of Legend, whatever. So I decided to go ahead and set this, try to go for the fake out to at least make him try to respect Raikou. I also think, yeah, we also set a Glorious Illusion. That rounds off my turn. Down comes Trooper. So he definitely, I feel like, read into this being Raikou because he didn't commit his Draco yet. And it's just a Garoth. So we Illusion, bring back our Garoth here. Swing in for a little damage. Debatably, also could have normal summoned Honest here and swung with Honest for an extra amount of damage. That's something else I could have done. We set the other Glorious Illusion. We mill 2. We hit another target for Illusion, which is nice in the scenario that we're in currently because we're not... Lightsworn is not Lightsworning right now. and I am swallowing my tongue as all of these draw cards are being activated. He's just really going in. Down comes Debris Dragon, and now we're orange lighting the crap out of that guy. Activates Future Fusion. It's going to clean out his deck. Pass his turn. I hit Lightning Vortex, which is pretty decent, honestly, but he doesn't have a field yet. And we're going to go ahead and Glorious Illusion out the Celestia, get in for 2,300 more. Try and get the threshold under 3K, so Judgment Dragon becomes an actual win con here. Down comes Card Destruction again. Very happy I set this Beckoning Light. He's going to Pot of Avarice, put some cards back. He has both Lightning Vortexes here. He's going to Lightning Vortex, pitch a Vortex, blow up my board. Super Rejuve. Set some cards, which I assume are just all bluffs. And his hand is very scary on the next turn. Very, very scary. I set one Mirror Force just in case this does fail. Decide I'm going to go ahead and Beckoning Light, get back my Christia, get back a Garoth. Really not sure why I chose to get back Garoth here versus something like Honest. Because if I do somehow fail, Honest pairs well with pretty much any light in the entire deck. So maybe I shouldn't have got this guy back. Sometimes I do struggle with Beckoning, trying to just figure out the best cards to add back. Obviously, in this scenario, I'm getting back Christia, but maybe there's an argument to get back Raikou. Maybe there's an argument to get back Honest. Maybe there's an argument to get back Judgment Dragon for when it does get set up. But I only have 3 names, so I felt like JD wasn't really right yet. I wouldn't have... maybe I should have got back an Orange Light or got back another Fairy, so when Christia drops, I can have a negate, but we're still kind of learning this deck. I've been off Christiasworn for quite some time. I haven't really played this variant since James Arc topped the RBT with it. But down comes Christia, adds back an Honest, and it's going to be the end of that one. So, managed to beat Ghost Rider. Really good match. Very scary. You can tell that his hand was about to just go absolutely in. If he hadn't have died this turn, he has Vortex to answer Christia. He has Debris Dragon, and he has triple Darkness Metal. I'm not sure what he was drawing, but it doesn't really matter because he 100% wins the game if that goes another turn. Okay, so Fancy Diesel, played him earlier today. His name on here is Elite Four Bruno. Yet another awesome match. Very fun. I really enjoyed it. You're going to see Christiasworn playing against Hero Frogs this time. And this is... both of my War League matches in the past week have been like the Wild Wild West. Anything goes. No trap cards, or very few trap cards. And it's just kind of both decks doing exactly what they want to do. So you're going to see here, I win the Rock, Paper, Scissors. I was very happy about that. My opening hand is Judgment Dragon, Celestia, Shire, Solar Recharge, Herald of Orange Light, Arcus. He has 1-for-1 E-Call, Ocean, Infernal Prodigy, and Dupe Frog. So we both open really well. Solar Recharge away the Shire, draw 2, mill 2. I go ahead and Solar Recharge away my Arcus, draw 2, and mill 2. So our engine really has been going. We have Judgment Dragon once again set up on turn 1 here. 4 names engraved. So I'm pretty sure I go, yep, normal summon Lumina, pitch the Raikou, go ahead and revive back the Arcus just to protect myself from stuff like Soul Exchange, Brain Control, so forth and so forth. And we're going to get some nice mills off of it. So now our graveyard is loaded. We already have Judgment Dragon access. We have Plague Spreader. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fairies for Christia. So now we do need like a Soul of Purity and Light or something to be able to make her live again. But nothing else. Pretty decent setup. We have Judgment Dragon for follow-up, Beckoning Light for later in the game. And maybe there's an argument to actually set Beckoning this turn. But we do have Orange Light, so I do feel pretty safe here. Draws for turn, he goes E-Call into Neos Alias, which is fine. I'm going to get a 1-for-1 down here for a Substitute Tribute. And you may be wondering why I didn't Orange Light this. And I kind of just felt like he's probably not going to kill me this turn. And on my turn, I'm going to have JD to be able to nuke whatever he has. And I'm just going to hold my Orange Light for like his follow-up with his Monarch. Because there's not a lot he can do to answer Judgment Dragon. It's going to be like Monarch or Miracle Fusion, Ram, and then I just Orange Light the Absolute Zero effect. So pretty much I'm just letting anything go until I just feel threatened. So Swap Frog sends, here comes Alias, he's going to kill both my dudes this turn. Suicides the Swap Frog into Lumina. Down comes JD, I'm going to go ahead and pay 1,000 just to move that. Banish 2, summon Soul of Purity. Don't really care about Gores. If he does have Gores, I have the option of either I can Orange Light it, which I don't think that I would do, or I can just nuke in main phase 2 with Judgment Dragon. Whenever you have JD and another beater, doesn't really matter if they have Gores, because if I attack with Soul of Purity and Light first, he's going to Gores there, because regardless, I'm going to have to blow up the Gores in main phase 2, so it's better to just go ahead and swing with 3000 direct. They can drop the Gores if they want. It's going to get popped in main phase 2 anyway, so that damage definitely comes up. Mill 4 in the end phase. Down comes Treeborn Frog. He's going to set, and I'm just going to immediately just nuke this because I don't care if he has Battle Fader because I still have Herald of Orange Light. And he's at 3000. He did have Gores, so. All right, going into game 2 here. My hand is a little weak. His hand is really, really good here. Double Miracle Fusion. Already has the Rhoda. All he was missing was like a Swap Frog. Gets Infernal Prodigy. Now, I sat here and I thought about this for a while. My hand was... Oh, hold on. I thought I meant to hit pause. So my hand was kind of weird here. I really only had 2 options. It was Summon Garoth or it was Summon Card Trooper. And I felt like Garoth in this hand, with how I've started off, is probably my least valuable card. It's 1850. He doesn't attack over anything other than Stratos. And I felt like I wanted to save Trooper. So maybe if he monarched me this turn, banished my Garoth, I could summon Trooper, mill 3, ram Trooper, and draw a card. So that felt like in the moment that was the better play for me, because Garoth, his main function here was just going to be to kill Stratos. But as you can see, it's going to get very, very bad for us very quickly here. Miracle Fusion drops, and we all know what happens when that card hits the field. Swap Frog gets bounced. I draw an Aaron, try to set a Raikou, and just hope that he doesn't have Caius. But lo and behold, he does have Caius. Do some calculating here to see if this is lethal, and it is lethal. So that will bring us into game 3. And we have some chat back and forth, 12 minutes straight to game 3, straight to the point. Who needs interaction? So, and I do like games like that where it goes by very quickly. And because I think we finished our whole match in like 15 minutes. So we both played at a reasonably good pace, which is always awesome. So here I do open up much better. Still open up this one dang Garoth, but it's really good when you do have it with charge, as long as we don't hit Lumina, which we do not hit Lumina. So Lumina to hand. Down comes Lumina, is going to pitch Garoth, bring back Garoth. I'm going to mill so many cards here, I decided to go ahead and set Beckoning, because the odds of me hitting Honest milling 5 are actually pretty high. So then our Beckoning Light kind of becomes like a real card here. So, and we actually hit double Honest. So yeah, it's crazy. Gonna 1-for-1, do some Toad combos here. Go through his deck. Obviously, we're just letting this happen. There's nothing we can do. No orange lights here. I decide to go ahead and Lumina out Lila. He's gonna Torrential Tribute, get rid of everything. I'm gonna Beckoning Light back 3, add back a Christia, add back a Soul, add back a Lumina. And I actually do misplay here. So I banish 2, summon Soul, summon Christia, add Shire, normal summon Shire. Now, this is fine. But what I should have done, and ProStorm actually pointed this out in the War League discussion channel on Discord, and I thought about it immediately when I added back Shire. I really should have gotten back an Honest instead of Shire. I would have missed 1600 damage here. But if he does have Soul Exchange, which he does, plus a Monarch, it puts me in a really bad position, because I'm going to have to top deck to be able to take care of this Monarch. Where at least without that, if I go the other way, I have Honest with Lumina, so I can at least answer the Monarch. So we're going to swing out with everything. In phase are going to mill 2. Shire gets pumped by 300 more. He's going to set, and I know those are all bluffs because he wasn't setting anything in the turns prior. So just decide to go ahead and swing out, and it's a game over. So what I'd like to try to do is watch these over, and even in games I win, there's very few times where you have a perfect victory. Just like I said, if he had had Soul Exchange and a Caius, this game would have went completely different, and it could have been prevented. So I drew Arcus, so I would have had Lumina, Arcus, and Honest, so I could have went like Lumina, pitch, bring back a guy, Garoth, try to get draws, Honest over the Monarch, put him down on less cards. So that was definitely the safer route, but it's kind of what War League is for. Get to play against some high caliber players and kind of get people's thoughts on it, you know, get told that you're terrible at the game, get sad because you're terrible at the game, but then you get motivated because you're like, I don't want to be terrible at the game anymore. So I've really enjoyed Beast Mode's War League. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we can make it to the next round of the playoffs. So yeah, guys, Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Before we get out of here, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. All right, guys, this is Mike from the Edison Club, signing out until the next one.